First of all, okay, so what is the literature on the problem of evil? Here's the entire literature. The first person says, oh my God, look at this horrific suffering. Oh my God, there's no fucking way God would allow that to happen. And then the response from the theist is, well, maybe, it's conceivable that maybe, possibly, this is the reason. And then the first person says, conceivably, possibly, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm talking about real suffering, not possible suffering. And, around and around we go forever. All right. So I had the absolutely brilliant idea. I'm joking, it's not brilliant. Let's imagine that you travel throughout the cosmos, and what do? You discover planets that are like 1 trillion times worse than Earth when it comes to suffering. At least 1 trillion. A quadrillion, whatever. It's basically an entire planet that's nothing but like Nazi concentration camps and factory farming forever. Not just for a few years or decades, but for like millions of years. It's just the shithole of the universe. And you don't discover just one planet like this, but like 1,000, all right? Now, so that's the horrific travel plan. That's your itinerary, okay? Now, at the end of all those travels, we ask you, do you think God exists? And you say yes or no, right? Okay, so now there's 2 options here. One is, it's rational for you to say, oh, all that suffering, God was justified in all of it. Yeah, I know it was horrible. Yeah, God was justified in allowing all that horrific suffering, that entire planet of concentration camps and factory farming for millions of years, totally justified. Okay, so that's one answer you could give, or the other answer is, no, that's not rational. It's either rational to say that, or it's irrational. And my paper just looks at those 2 options, and it analyzes their consequences. That's what the paper's about. And I actually do not, so this is one thing that separates my paper from all the other papers, is that I actually do not share any of my own views on the topic in this paper. And that's actually serious. I do that. There's actually a sentence that says that. Because you don't give a shit what I think about this. Why should you give a shit what I think about this topic? Now, here's the second part. This is the cool bit, okay? I guarantee this is the cool part. This is the only part of the paper that's really kind of, new. And of course, I don't read the literature because I don't know if it's new. So I don't really know whether it's new. But here's the deal. So this horrific travel plan itinerary that I described for you, it's fictional, right? It's fictional, okay? You're not actually traveling throughout the cosmos and witnessing these concentration camp, factory farming planets, okay? But guess what? From what we know from astrophysics and astrobiology, I'm not joking, it's actually highly probable that those planets actually exist. So if you are the type of person who says, oh my God, if somebody went through that horrific travel plan and witnessed all those horrific, horrible, planet-wide suffering things, it would be irrational for them to stick with their theism, then you should not be a theist now, because it's highly probable that those planets, they really exist. Why do I think that? Well, that's where the calculations come in. According to contemporary estimates, there's something like over 1 trillion galaxies. Now, galaxies in the universe. And of course, galaxies, well, not of course, but galaxies actually can be very different from one another. But on average, galaxies have hundreds of billions of planets. Hundreds of billions of planets in trillions of galaxies. So even if only the tiniest, minutest percentage of them have advanced conscious life, there's going to be trillions of planets out there in the cosmos that have advanced conscious life. So the odds are actually very high. Calculation, bullshit. The odds are actually pretty high that those planets really exist. So all that suffering that would make a normal person, a rational person, say, all right, we were wrong about God, God doesn't exist, all that shit probably really exists. So that's my paper.